9. Bo Yuan of Chang'an. During the Jin dynasty, Bo Fazuo Wei Shidu Bo Yuan, style name Fazu, was originally from a Yuan family in Hebei. His father, Vida, was known for his nobleness and elegance. The prefecture had called on him many times to assume official posts, yet he turned them all down. Bo Fazu initiated his aspirations for the Dharma at a young age, leaving his father to join the monastic order by giving convincing reasons. His father could not alter his mind, so he changed clothes and became a monk. Bo Fazu was talented and matchlessly intelligent, reciting sutras of 8 or 9,000 words per day. He studied the subtle and profound meanings of Mahayana scriptures and was also versed in secular classics. He built a vihara in Chang'an, learning and preaching the Dharma. Nearly 1,000 monastics and lay people followed him. In the later years of Emperor Hui's reign in the Jin dynasty, Sima Yang, a high-rank official of Taoishi and Prince of Hejian, who governed Guanzhong area, humbly respected Bo Fazu as his teacher and friend. In his spare time, morning or evening, he discussed Buddhist principles and cultivation with Bo Fazu. At that time, Prince Sima Yang's West Mansion was just built, where many scholars and intelligentsia were invited to stay. They praised the great vision of the prince. Bo Fazu perceived that uprising and warfare 3 were just emerging. He would then go to the Longyu area quietly to continue his virtuous conduct. In those days, Zhang Fu was appointed as the prefect of Qinzhou and was traveling to the post in the same area, so Bo Fazu departed with him. Zhang Fu admired Bo Fazu's qualities and celebrated reputation. Then the official suggested to the master that he resume secular life and join his team as an advisor. Bo Fazu persisted in staying in the monastic order, offending the prefect. Previously, a local named Guan Fan discussed metaphysics with Bo Fazu and was unable to support his own ideas, harboring a grudge towards Bo Fazu. He defamed him frequently. While Bo Fazu arrived at Qian County, unexpectedly, he told his disciples, "My adversary will come in a few days." Then, he said farewell to his Dharma friends and disciples, sent letters, and distributed sutras, Buddhist statues and images, and all of his belongings to them. On the next day, he visited and talked to Zhang Fu. Suddenly, he terribly insulted the prefect. Consequently, he was arrested. The masses were all shocked and upset. Bo Fazu said, "I came here to finish karma from a previous life. It is not a present-day matter." Then, he called the names of the Buddhas of the 10 directions, hoping that the bad karma of his previous life would come to an end and that a happy one could unfold in the future, where they would be virtuous friends without any more killing. He received a punishment of 5 lashings and died. Zhang Fu heard about the details later and was full of remorse. Earlier, Bo Fazu's preaching had developed such a positive reputation in the Guanlong and Hanggu areas that the public respected him as a deity. After this tragedy, people in the western regions and central China mourned his death, and passengers shed tears on their journeys. The ethnically Chang people's troop of 5,000 cavalrymen to the west of Mount Long area planned to welcome Bo Fazu. But they heard of his death halfway there and regretted not coming earlier. They felt angry and wanted to avenge the master's murder. Zhang Fu sent an army to the Mount Long area, and the Chang cavalry prepared to engage in battle. At this moment, Fu Zhang, an old general who used to serve Feng Shang, the governor of Tianshui, killed Zhang Fu out of resentment. Since the Chang barbarian troops' revenge had been accomplished, they shared the relics of the master and then went back to build stupas separately. Zhang Fu, whose style name was Shiwei, was originally from Nanyang and a descendant of Zhang Heng. He was smart but brutal and stubborn. He killed Feng Shang, the governor of Tianshui. The masses were shocked, and chaos arose. At that moment, Fu Zheng broke in and killed Zhang Fu in the turbulence. Guan Fan also died in the course of his bad actions. Later, a soldier named Li Tong, who had been killed in the battle, recovered and described, "I saw Master Bo Fazu preaching the Saramgama Sutra for Yama, the king of the hell, in his place and saying, 'I shall go to the heaven of the 33 gods.' After completing this Dharma talk, I saw Wang Fu the chief, as well. I was also told that it was the Taoist priest named Jigong handcuffed there, making pleas for salvation to Bo Fazu. In the old days, Bo Fazu debated with Wang Fu about what was the right way. Always defeated, Wang Fu bore a grudge and could not help resenting it, so he made the classic on Laozi's lecture to the barbarians. To blaspheme Buddhism, the bad karma generated its terrible effects, and now he regretted his actions on the verge of death. Sun Zhou contrasted Bo Fazu with Ji Kong in his commentary on the practice on the path, indicating Bo Fazu's decline started with Guan Fan. Ji Kang's disaster was caused by Zhang Wei. Both sages were heroic and generous, did not think of the self, and avoided secular affairs, finding that slighting secular affairs would incur harm. They resembled at this point Bo Fazu widely read in his spare time and was versed in Chinese and Sanskrit. He used his skill to translate 3 sutras, the Viryaparamita Sutra, the Dizi Benchi Jing, the Disciples' Original Deeds, and the Wubuseng. The 5 monastic groups. He also commented on the Saramgama Sutra. Also, it is said he translated several short sutras, but they were lost in the war. Now even their titles are unknown. Bo Fazuo, the younger brother of Bo Fazu, enjoyed a great reputation since his youth as well. He was once going to be conferred the title of Boshi, but he turned it down. Bo Fazuo entered the monastic order at the age of 25, understood the Buddhist principles profoundly, and gained his fame. In the Guanzhong area, Zhang Guang, the governor of Liangzhou, forced Bo Fazuo to stop practicing Buddhism after Zhang Fu failed to persuade Bo Fazu to resume secular life and finally killed him. Bo Fazuo reaffirmed his aspiration without fear of death. He was hence killed by Zhang Guang at the age of 57. He made a commentary on the Pankavimsati Sahasrika Prajnaparamita Sutra and composed the Shenzong Lun, commentary on sages. Zhang Guang, style name Jingwu, was a native of Zhangxia. He was later surrounded by Yang Nandi, the ruler of the D ethnic group from Wudu, and died of anger. During the reign of Emperor Wei in the Jin dynasty, a layman named Wei Shidu translated 2 fascicles of the wisdom scripture of practicing enlightenment. Wei Shidu was a native of Ji County in Si Prefecture. From a poor family, he was content in poverty and developed his spirituality, bearing the Dharma in his mind. On the day of his death, he washed his body, leaned against a desk, recited over 1,000 words of sutras, covered himself with a cloth, and passed away peacefully.